Yo, what up, guys? It is your boy Kimbo here, and I'm wearing my panda hat because I got the day off work and I'm enjoying it, you know. And yeah, but anyways, it's time for another epic Beyblade top 10 video. So you can tell by the title. This is on Shogun Steel. It's kind of chilly outside too. But I'm walking around in a tank top because I'm stupid. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. But yeah. Anyways, this is on Shogun Steel, like the top 10 strongest characters in Shogun Steel, or 0G as known in Japan, you know. So yeah, this is the season a lot of people didn't like. They're like, oh, there's new characters, none of the new characters are coming back and stuff, you know. Like Jinga's the only one that came back, you know. Well, besides like Madoka and Benkei and Tsubasa, that's about it. And then they showed all the characters at the very, very end after everything happened, and they were so triggered, and they're like, yo, like, you know, I mean, it wasn't like the most popular series or anything, but yeah, it's starting to rain. Oh god, I'm gonna probably go on the porch, but it's fine. But I personally liked it. Like, it added something different. Like the 0G Stadium, you know, even people could see it in my skits, you know, like the 0G Stadium switched up everything. The bays were different. They added something new, and like a way of even making like stronger bays. You know, they might have like made all of the bays like pretty much obsolete because like synchromes are strong as heck, but still I liked the series, you know, because like I'm just an open-minded blader, you know. I don't like have judgment towards like one brand over another, or like, you know, like one season over another season. They're all different seasons of Beyblade history, you know, and we got to acknowledge that. But yeah, with that being said, I guess it's time to get into this list. So this list is actually kind of different. I'm going to split it up into two different parts. So I'm going to have like a top 10 for like synchrome like combos or synchrome bladers, and then the top 10 for regular, you know, regular bass and such. But yeah, actually I'll do the regular bass first. So yeah. All right, so just getting into this, I'd say number one, the strongest, like, and this is like one single blader having the bay, like, you know, like non-synchrome. Number one, I'm saying, and it would cut off right there. That makes me laugh. But the number one blader, you know, people are gonna be like, oh my gosh, of course you pick this person. It's Jinga. And people are gonna be like, are you serious, Kimbo? You're picking Jinga again. You're so biased. Like, oh my gosh, I know you like Jinga and stuff. Like, no, you know, I like Jinga as a character. You know, I really do. But I go based off of power. I don't go based off of just like my favorites or such. Because like honestly, I have a different favorite for 0G, you know, and you'll be learning about who it is like in a little bit. But yeah. Anyways, Jinga with his Samurai Pegasus. Nobody actually beat it with power. Like in a 1v1 battle, Zero faced it. Like nobody really faced it either in a 1v1 battle. You know, Zero faced it, and like it was a given that like he probably got creamed by it. But you know, it's just more of a message like Jinga trying to get through to Zero. Like, you know, you gotta focus. Like you can't get mad over Shinobu. You gotta focus and use your actual power, not be fueled by anger or anything. You know, he's the only one that really faced him. You know, and Zero got whooped, honestly. Like, you know, ended in a no contest, but it was a given that like Samurai Pegasus would have wrecked Samurai E-Frayed in that battle, or E-Frit, you know. But yeah, and like, if you have anybody else, like if Kira faced off against Samurai Pegasus with a Gladiator, Bahamdi, or Bahamu, like one-on-one, I don't think he would have won. I think Jinga would have beat him, like, barely, you know. So, yeah. And Jinga's the legend, you know, he managed to take down Nemesis and such, and nobody actually beat him 1v1 in Shogun Steel, you know. But yeah, so he's number one on this list for me. Number two is Zero. So, you know, Zero actually managed to beat, like, Kira's Gladiator, Bahamdia, even after he got rid of Gyarados and then got Bahamdia, he managed to beat it, you know. And so, you know, it was a given. He was the winner of Neo Battle Bladers. So, like, it's a given he was number two. So, yeah, you know, and like Zero was just a really, really strong character and such, you know. It was a given. Like, we're going based off of all of the battles and stuff that happened. He won Neo Battle Bladers. That means he beat Kira. Nobody else beat Kira, like, even, you know, beat him. You know, Kira was undefeated up into Zero. But yeah, which leads to number three, that being Kira, you know, because he managed to wreck everybody. You know, I know he kind of cheated and, like, went from having Berserker Gyarados to Gladiator Bahamdia, but, you know, nobody actually beat him. It's like a toss-up for 3 and 4 for me. It's like probably back and forth. It's either like Kira or it's another person. So, yeah. But yeah, I'd say Kira was number 3 just based off all the battles that happened. And because of that, like, number 4, I'd say it would be Sakio. Like, it's a given. Like, Sakio's my favorite character in 0G. For anybody that doesn't know, I freaking love Sakio. I love his demeanor and everything, and his look, and it's just so great. He's definitely number 4. Nobody beat him besides Zero. I feel like Sakio would have beaten Kiro with Gyarados, but with Bahamdia, Maybe not, because, you know, that was like the ultimate Emperor of Destruction, like the evil Bey of the season, you know. I don't know, it would have been a dogfight. Like, maybe, it would be like a close battle between those two, hands down, you know. But probably, I don't know, I can see Kira, like, maybe slightly beating Sakyo, you know. And like I said, there's no bias. Sakyo's my favorite character in Zero G. Just saying that for anybody who's gonna be like, oh, you're so biased. Like, no. I do these lists, like, unbiased, just going based off, like, the facts and stuff. And, like, the fact is that Sakyo and Kira never faced off in a 1v1 battle. Against Gyarados, like I said, he probably would have creamed him. But, like, against Bahamdia, Sakyo might have lost, you know. Because Bahamdia, like, destroyed everything and destroyed Shinobu's Saramanda. But, yeah. Number 5 is Shinobu. Yeah, definitely Shinobu Hiryuin, you know, because he did lose to Kira and such, but he put up a really good fight. He even lost to Kira with Gyarados and such, but he still put up a really good fight. He managed to beat Yoshio, and he made it to the semifinals of Neo Battle Bladers, you know, and put up a really good fight against Bahamdia and forced Kira to use a special move, you know, with him, like Gladiator Demolition and such. So, yeah, he's definitely number 5, I'd say. All right, number 6. So people are going to probably wonder who's number 6, you know. The first 5 are probably a given, but, like, number 6, I would say, would be a character that people might not remember that much, but that's Baihu Shao. He's the guy that had Berserker Byakko, which I'm still triggered, like, I'm still triggered 5 years after this freaking series ended because TT never made Berserker Byakko, Guardian Garudus, or Phantom Fenrir, the Bey that Doji launched out when he was a weird cyborg top thingamajigger when he turned into a giant robot monster slinky thing. I don't know what the heck. Like, but, like, those 3 Beys, they never actually made them. TT and Hasbro both didn't make them, and it triggered me because I would I've loved to see them because they would have switched up the Zero G game big time because, you know, they all look amazing. But yeah, Baihu was basically like a wild tiger that was raised in like the woods of China, like in the forest of China, and nobody managed to really beat him up until like Shinobu. Shinobu beat him actually, like in the maze, you know, when they went to the DNA headquarters. Shinobu actually beat him, you know, and like dodged all of his attacks and stuff. But like Baihu was like a bloodthirsty tiger that was like isolated. It was crazy, dude. Not even like the Garcias and DNA, you know, could like tame him, but then Doji called him back and stuff. But yeah, definitely he's number 6, you know, because Shinobu did beat him, but like he managed to beat Kai Unabara, jeepers. But yeah, so he's definitely number 6. Number 7, I would say, it's a hard choice. That is a hard choice. Number 7, I would say would be Yoshio Iwayama. With Banded Golem, you know, a Banded Gorum, because he, like, the strongest defense type Gorum. He always said, the strongest defense type Golem! What do you think I do all the references and stuff? You'll probably get a lot of these references, just me explaining all the characters and stuff, too. Like, the references I do in my own Zero G skit series. But, yeah, because I do a lot of them. People, like, might not know, and they might go over their head. But I do a lot of that. And I'm still getting over being sick a little bit, and I'm walking outside doing dumb. But it's fine. But, yeah. Yoshio's Golem managed to take down Kite's Reviser, you know, or his Leviathan. He managed to beat him, you know, in the 1v1 battle that they did have. And he also wrecked 8, and, you know, he's just a really, really strong defensive Bey, you know. So Golem was extremely, extremely strong. And just, like, wrecked a lot of other bladers, so, yeah. So, yeah, he's ranked number 7. Now, number 8, I would say, would be Kite, you know. Well, it's kind of hard. Yeah, it's kind of hard to think. Yeah, I'd say Kite would be number 8. So, like, obviously, Guardian Leviathan or Guardian Reviser, you know, a pretty strong defensive Bey. Lost to Yoshio's Golem, you know, in a 1v1 battle. And even lost to, like, the Gyarados, like, with a Synchron. But, like, I'm not going to get into the Synchron right now. But, like, it was a given. He was really, really strong. And, like number 8 and number 9, I'd say are really close in power, and I won't be able to tell who would win in the actual battle. I think like Kite would have won against like the number 9 blader that I'm about to name. But yeah, because like Reviser is actually pretty strong, you know, defensively and such. But yeah, and he even managed to take down Guardian Garudus when they were going into the DNA headquarters. So yeah, you know, Kite's got some serious power, and I'd say he deserves to be like the number 8 on this list. All right, so now for number 9. On the number 9 blader, I'd say Takanosuke. Takanosuke Shishia, owner of Archer Griffin, you know. He was really strong. He put up a good fight against Zero. He obviously lost to Zero and such. He lost to the Synchron Bey. that like Kite had, but it was also a synchrom, and you can't win it to synchrom if you have only like one bay. It was shown in the show, you know, Zero and Yoshio, you know. He didn't win that battle until like Shinobu came in and helped. But yeah, still. Anyways, Takanosuke was really, really strong. He was a really strong blader, you know, and he was obviously like reminding a lot of people of Kenta because like Griffin had like C145 and S on it. But yeah, he did make it to Neo Battle Bladers, you know, and he made it like pretty far, and he lost to Zero. But yeah, you know, he did make it into the top 8 for Neo Battle Bladers. So yeah. All right, now for number 10. This is kind of hard. Who would be the number 10? I would say, oh, it's hard. Okay, I'd say it'd be one of the DNA Bladers, but the question is, like, which one would it be? It's either, like, Spike-Born or Captain Arrow, I'd have to say. Because, like, they're both pretty strong members of DNA, you know. Spike-Born is the guy that owned Thief Zerago. And then Captain Arrow is the guy that owned Archer Wyvang or Archer Wyvern, which also Hasbro didn't make that. They didn't make Wyvang. They didn't make Wyvern. And they also didn't put out Balro, which sucked. Like, why did you make that? Like, why didn't you do it? Better another way of getting Balro. But yeah, it was probably because like the line was just starting to go downhill a little bit and people weren't as into it. But yeah. Anyways, one of those two. Because, like, Spike put up a good fight against Zero, but Zero managed to beat him, you know. And Captain Arrow fought Sakio and lost to him, but, like, he put up a pretty good fight and, you know, had, like, the tornado and such. Arrow Tornado! Anybody get, like, the reference of my Aurora Tornado with the Wyvang that I have in my skits? I'm trying to explain them so people understand the references that I do, because I do them all the time. I don't do my skits randomly. Just saying. But yeah, anyways, probably one of those two. It would be a toss-up, like who would win in a battle. I don't know. I'd say they're pretty equal on power, so one of those two would be number 10. But yeah, obviously, some honorable that mentions like some of the other characters, you know, like 8, Unabara, you know. Yeah, 8 Unabara, and then Ren Kurenai, you know, because she had Phoenix. I wish that, like, they had a strong female character. Why does Beyblade not do it? Where they have a really strong female character, like the evil, like the antagonist could be, like, the female or something. That would be historic. Or even, like, the protagonist would be, like, the female, you know? And don't give me all that, oh, man, like, they had Ren or stuff, or they had Shaza and stuff. Like, those are, like, they were kind of strong. But I mean, in, like, the main event picture, like the strongest freaking like some of the strongest bladers, like the actual strongest bladers at the very, very top of the food chain. That's what I mean, you know. So yeah, just because you reference like a strong blader, like a strong female blader, doesn't mean like she's the strongest or anything. And like they're still at the bottom of the totem pole, sort of compared to all the other strong bladers. Like, what's the purpose, you know? You should have like a really good one. But anyways, enough of my rambling. But yeah, that's my top 10 list for like non-synchro. Okay, so now thinking of the Synchron Bays. Okay, so this one shouldn't be too hard. Synchron Bays, number 1 is Zero's Bay. So, Salamander, Ifrit. Because Shinobu and Zero actually had a close connection. You know, they had the bond that's needed for a Synchron Bay, even to the point where they managed to take down the crazy strong Pegasus Bahamdi, or Pegasus Bahamut, which was created, you know, obviously like Kira, Baihu Lorden, Jenga got trapped. They took apart Samurai Pegasus, used Pegasus's wheel, put it with Bahamdia, made Pegasus Bahamdia, tried to say the Jenga joined DNA. Doji did when he came back as the freaking hologram. Somehow, some way, this dude didn't die still. But yeah, and then like managed to beat him like in the final battle, you know, of the season. So yeah, you know, Salamander, Ifrit is number 1. Number 2, Pegasus Bahamdia. Power-wise, it was above everybody else except for Salamander, Ifrit. Even like Griffin Dragoon would have struggled against it. I don't know if it would have won. Like, it's another battle that didn't happen, so it's like, you can't really, like, say what, you know. But yeah, still, Pegasus Bahamdia, I'd say, is like number 2, because it's the ultimate evil and the ultimate like legend combined into one, and that's pretty freaking wild, dude. That's insane. But yeah, and even wrecked like Salamander Ifrit the first time. But yeah, so that's number 2. Number 3, definitely Griffin Dragoon, hands down, because you know, they battled against like Yoshio with his like behemoth golem that he was using and managed to like completely wreck it, and they had an actual close connection. Like, you know, Takanosuke even said like you have to have a connection between the two bladers or it's just no good. You're not going to be as strong. So they're definitely number 3. I don't know if they would have beat Pegasus Bahamdia. I think Pegasus Bahamdia would have probably beat them like by a very little bit, because like I said, it's the evil. But still, like number 3, hands down, Griffin Dragoon. like Takanosuke and Sakio, their Synchron Bay. Now for this number 4, I would have to go with, I personally would have to go with, Orochi Leviathan or a Rajia Reviser. I know people are going to be like, yo, why didn't you pick, like, Behemoth Golem? That's because, like, 8 and Kite actually had a connection like his brothers, you know? They need a connection in order for it to be good. Like, if it was, like, Orochi Leviathan or a Rajia Reviser against Behemoth Golem, I personally think a Rajia Reviser would have won because they had that connection and such. It would have been a close battle, but, like, they would have won it because he didn't have that full connection to Kira with it. He just had it, like, himself. You know, the only thing that linked him to Kira was the name Behemoth. As Sakio said, you have no right to use a Synchron Bay. I literally, like, quote things from the show while I do this so people know I'm not just pulling things out of my butt cheeks with these things. Like, there's actually, like, reasoning behind all of these. But, yeah. So, I'd say, like, Rajia Reviser is number 4. Then number 5 would be Behemoth Golem, you know. Actually, no. Like, number 4 would be, like, Golem Behemoth. Like that bay itself, because, you know, they had sort of a connection, and Kira owned it, you know, and took full control of it. So he'd be number 4, because he managed to beat, like, Salamander Ephraim with that power, like, using Gaia Hammer in that one battle. And then number 5 would be a Rajia Reviser, and then number 6 would be Behemoth Golem, you know, because of Synchron Bay. And those are actually, I think, the only Synchron Bays that happened in the show. So, yeah, I think that is. So, yeah, it's actually a top 6 for that, but, you know, still. Not many people were able to use, like, the Synchron system, but some bays did. And so, yeah, that's the list, I'd say. But yeah, anyways, you guys, that is the top 10 list for Beyblade, Shogun Steel, or Zero G. You know, so I did all of Metal Fight Beyblade. You can go and check out, like, any of you can go and check out any of them. I did one for Metal Fusion, I did one for Metal Masters, I did one for Metal Fury, and I did one for Shogun Steel just now, you know. So yeah, you can feel free to go back and look at any of those lists that I made. So yeah, obviously next I'm going to focus on Burst. Might have to watch the series again, like, a little bit, just to, like, be able to make a solidified list, but I got one in mind. But yeah, anyways, next up will be, like, my Burst list, which I know a lot of people are probably going to be excited about. Like, who do you think's the strongest out of each Burst season? And you'll find out soon. But yeah, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this top 10 list. If you did, be sure to slice that like button down below. Let me know how I did. If you're new to my channel, definitely be sure to subscribe for some epic content, because I upload daily. And if you haven't already, be sure to ring that bell by my channel name to be notified whenever I upload a video. And also feel free to put, like, hashtag panda hat in the comments, because I'm wearing the panda hat, because it's awesome. Well, yeah, anyways, guys, till next time, it is your boy Kimbo signing off. See you later. Thanks for watching. Until then, stay awesome and cool shoot, or let it rip. I'm up out of here.